Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't post a YouTube video yesterday because I had food poisoning. So over the last 48 hours, I haven't slept well, I haven't eaten well, and if any of you know anything about food poisoning, you know that various substances are departing your body through two different sides, to put it mildly. So on the one hand, it's a really nice dieting technique. I'm down about 5 or 6 pounds in 2 days. On the other hand, I feel absolutely horrible, and I probably look horrible as well. But I knew that if I were to come back quickly, it would need to be to provide you a pretty big piece of content. And that's what I'm doing in today's video. This game was an abomination. I was checking my phone, and I was looking at my emails, and viewers had sent in games, and I saw this game, and I went, oh wow. Oh, I've got to show this to the audience. You see, we have a playlist here called How to Lose at Chess. Yeah, this one takes the cake. Really, this one is unbelievable. I mean, this one is incredible. And it's also a very weird game. Allow me to show you. And by the way, if I throw up at any point during this video, it's the game. It's not the food poisoning. D4. D5. Queen's Gambit. Now, when I tell you this is an extremely odd 800 rated game, watch the opening, all right? Something about this game, and by the way, our protagonists are Chris, who has a profile photo of Obama. Like, I didn't just put that. That's just his profile photo. And we have Sean, who has a profile photo of anime, of anime profile photo. You know, arguing with people on Twitter is hopeless when their profile photo is an anime photo or a footballer photo. Anyway, the really weird thing about this game is that it was a semi-Slav. Like, if you took a sample size of 1 million games between two people rated 915 and 800, this position probably appears in like 8 of those games. So this is nothing short of a miracle. When I saw this, I was like, am I getting trolled? Then we got Bishop G5, which is the best move. Then Black took on C4, which is the best move. Trying to defend that with B5 while surrendering the center to white. Now we got E4, B5. I was like, wait a minute, is this a cheater game? Like, what is this? White now played E5, attacking the knight, which is pinned to the queen. So the queen can't move, the knight can't move, but Black has something danger levels, what's worth as much as a knight, a bishop, and when the bishop retreated, there's G5. And now if Bishop G3, the knight gets away, so White now sacrifices the knight for 2 pawns and continues to have the pin. I was like, wait a minute. These two 800s played a perfect semi-Slav? They cheating, right? I was like, I'm getting trolled. Well, I don't know what happened in the opening. Like, maybe the two of them have only ever studied one opening in their entire lives. And it both just happened to be the semi-Slav. Because this, they knew perfectly. Maybe they, I don't know, were on the phone and they decided that they were just gonna, play this opening right. And, this is the end right here. So, I hope, I hope you got your moment. Take a deep breath because it's only gonna get a whole lot worse. So, Black needs to do something about this. That could be bishop here. That could be knight bd7. Not bishop d7, but knight bd7. Black plays rook g8. Rook g8 that doesn't solve anything because I'm still going to go here. I am now going to be up a pawn and I have a passed h-pawn. Like, once I start moving, it's going to go very fast. My king is also relatively safe. I can castle if necessary. g3, bishop g2, right? So Black plays rook g8 attacking this bishop. And White just spent the entire opening attacking the knight, right? Everything has been about that knight on f6. White goes here. What? Why do I... Okay. Bishop b4. All right, you could still take the knight on f6, but obviously White gets this. White's 900, so White gets distracted by the bishop and is like, me see bishop, me attack bishop. Now, The reason why this position is -3 for black, any of you know the answer? You could try to pause the video here and find it. Why is it -3 for black, seeing as though, as though that's the next move? Well, it's because danger levels, and now the queen comes out, and that's a massive problem for white. Because you were going to take this knight, but now I'm getting this. You can't go here because I take, but now you can't castle, and your king is out in the open? And I mean, I can even come in here with my rook. I can come in here with my knight. I mean, I can open up my bishop. It's a very bad position. So queen a5 is absolutely necessary here. Black plays knight a6 though, right? All right, fine. White is now completely winning. So now white is going to take the... And now queen a5 once again. Not to mention queen d5. Unpinning and attacking the rook. So now the queen no longer is in a pin. The rook is hanging. Bad news for white. g3, horrible move. But black follows up the move knight a6 with a beyond ridiculous move, rook b8. To even begin to say that I have no idea what the point of rook b8 is an understatement. But what I'm and by the way, white doesn't take again. So just like white's entire opening for the last like 7 moves has been around that, and white's just refusing to take I don't know what white is doing. I mean, white's just not taking the knight. Just not taking the knight. But okay, I understand the idea. Black plays bishop b7. Black's idea is to see the bishop, defended, and play c5. Actually very clever. And white actually messes up. White goes here, and now black's entire game plan comes together. The knight went there to defend the pawn. The bishop went there to counter the bishop. The rook went there to defend the bishop. So c5 naturally is the next move in the position. And after we get take, you know, black is going to be doing very well. Black is going to even bring the rook here, pressure this. Life is good. Now, that's all fine and good, but we must remember that the person playing with black is not going to make anywhere near logical decisions. So, as they just, for their last 3 moves, knight a6, rook b8, bishop b7, perfectly set themselves up for the rest of the game. Now, for some reason, black plays rook c8. And then black plays c5. Now, you may notice the eval bar is +11. That is because that bishop no longer is protected. And on top of that, that's a fork. You don't just lose a bishop, you are also going to lose either a knight for nothing or a rook for a bishop, resulting in a catastrophic loss of material, and very soon also probably checkmate here and here. If not now, then soon. Why? I mean, you did everything to set yourself up for the rest of the game, and then you just... And then just rook c... I mean, what are we... Why? And if you thought that white took this... No. Now, what should black do? Black should trade the bishop, black should trade the queen, and then black should take the pawn. What does black do? Take on c5 with the rook, resulting in, once again, the blunder of a full bishop. Now, white here also can play queen takes queen first. Instead of that, and I will, once again, it's one of those spots in these games. By the way, this is a 30-minute game. And in 18 moves, white has spent 1:46. Folks, if you boot up for a game of X time, okay, and 20 moves into the game, you have spent about 6% of your time, you're a degenerate. And I say that in a loving way. Stop. Start helping yourself, okay? Stop it. This is like going to the gas station and filling up with 1 gallon at a time. I don't know what you're doing. It doesn't make any sense at all. Unless you drive a Tesla, then you're just pretentious, okay? Rook takes c5, rook a2. Rook a2 played in about 15 seconds, 17 seconds. Rook a2, can't explain it. Don't understand rook a2. I think it's to go here. But this is, you know, that's still a thing. But now black plays something which is even dumber. You see, I think what black thought here was, if I play rook d5, I get taken, right? But if my rook is on d6, I don't get taken. So I'm going to go rook c6 to go rook d6. The silence is deafening. My nausea is coming back up. Black was like, if I play rook d5, I'm going to get taken by the bishop, so I'm going to go to c. And they lost the rook. Okay. Now, remember a few moves ago how rook a2 was played to go here? Yeah, white forgot that that was ever the idea. a4 is a terrible move, but it's accidentally brilliant. It's accidentally brilliant because after pawn takes a4, white plays rook takes a4, which loses the game. It loses the game because white just completely missed that. But before that happens, black needed to trade the queen so the queen doesn't guard the rook. Queen takes queen is more forcing because you take more material. You force this, now you're just up a knight. Now, who's to say you wouldn't lose the game in a few moves anyway? Nobody's to say that, all right? Nobody. However, a4, I said, is accidentally genius because black goes, oh, free rook, and actually loses the bishop and then loses the knight. So now white is up a full bishop and a pawn, and black's king is stuck in, like, just locked. So white now is just completely winning, okay? Rook b1, rook in. Now, if you know anything about these games, you know that this is hardly the end. If anything, this is just the beginning. So rook f8 is played. Of course, rook f8, locking in your king even more. Now just rook b1, rook b8, and that's it. I mean, it's made in just a few moves. Instead of that, white decides that this is a good moment to rescue the bishop. For some reason, because, you know, when you're winning a chess game, you can do one of two things. Take all of your opponent's material and win in an endgame, or go for mate. Why, you know, you don't want to play rook, just take a free pawn. Then bring the rook. All right, bishop g5, fine. Black plays e5, rook e1, e4, rook e4, king d8. And now it's basically pick your poison, okay? You can win like this, that wins a queen. You can go rook e7, that wins in a few moves. You can play queen a5 or queen c4, that wins in a few moves. Or you can play queen b6 check and lose your queen in one move. Black, he doesn't even take it. And now rook c4 is just mate. It's just mate. And instead of that, we have rook e7. And it was at this moment that black realized, wait, I can take the queen. But here's the thing. Instead of losing your queen too, you could have looked for a check. This is why you have to look for checks, because you never know. And queen d1 gets you out of danger and wins you a full queen. No questions asked. That's just a full queen. Folks, this is unreal. Now that doesn't happen, and instead we have this. Now black is still better, but it's very tricky. It's very by the way, how did we even get here, damn it? It's very tricky because white has some passed pawns. You know, white has a lot of pawns. So white starts pushing the pawns. Black should bring the king and then bring the rook and try to win this pawn and promote. All right? Two 900 to 800 and a 900 try to play an endgame. All right? Bishop h6, h5, immediately blundering, by the way. Rook h8 is just boom and game over. But okay, black starts pushing the pawns. White starts pushing a pawn that cannot even become a queen. I mean, the move f4 is so brain dead because, listen, no disrespect, but the pawn is running into the other pawn's butt. I mean, what is even going on here? You can't promote those pawns. Why are you playing f4? Why not g4? b4 takes, c3, at least the bishop gets back and the pawns go. Oh my goodness, f4 doesn't make any sense. Why is okay, fine. That makes a little more sense, but still, why is the bishop back there? Black is definitely queening. Now, the way you break through here with black, you don't need to bring the king. You can do this. You can also use your b pawn. But fine. It's a fight to the death. h7, b4, queen, and that's it. Black is going to make a queen. Black is going to win the game. Black's game plan is now not that's it. Game over. All right. The comeback is upon us. Except it's really not. It's no. All right. So, okay, king d2. Fine. King h3. All right. So always look for checks. That's just a free bishop. Instead, black is going to try to make a second queen and does. All right. Fine. Now, again, that's not the most accurate move. What you should have done a long time ago instead of moving the king here is you should have thought, okay, that's a dark squared bishop, so I should probably move my king like on a light square. All right, I should have played king there or king there. Why? Because, yes, you have two queens against the bishop, but now I have f5 check. That's a little unfortunate. You're going to lose one of those queens, but you're still completely winning. Okay, how are you completely winning? Well, you need to stop g6. You can stop g6 by giving a check, by giving a check, by giving a check. All right, give a check. Nice. Give a check. But now the king is going up. All right, it's a little bit suspicious. Yeah, you kind of let this happen, but you're still winning. Queen f4. All right, well done. Take. All right, terrific. I mean, this is a little messy, but the pawns are doubled. You have to remember that a queen versus an f-pawn on the 7th rank is usually a draw, but we're far from that. So king e8 is really dumb. White should play a move here that guards at least one of the pawns, like this. However, this move does not actually enable this, so black will just come closer with the king. Now, if white plays king e6, that makes a bit more sense because that allows f7. But remember, you're just, once you get to the promotion square, it's over. This move is even dumber because you blunder the more advanced pawn. You cannot blunder the more advanced pawn. King e8 is a very bad, now it's a draw. Oh no, oh god, yeah, brutal. Check, king f8, check, and that's it. Yep. Oh my gosh. Well, this was a fun video. I always like to share these how to lose at chess games with all of you because they are just utterly ridiculous. And this one was no different. In this one, we had a lot of twists and turns. We had 3 queens for black. 2 of them were promoted. We had a perfect opening that ultimately resulted in... Oops! Wow, that is embarrassing. Yeah. Just when you thought that you couldn't blunder anything, you put your king on the same diagonal as your queen, and you lost it. Yep, well, now white is going to go on to win this game. Couple of checks. Oh my...